2-minute drill time Friday morning here at 105.5 WDHA. It's Jim Monaghan along with Chris Swendeman. And Swendeman, boy, did the coaching landscape change dramatically in both college and professional football in just a matter of days. Wow.
How crazy is it that three iconic coaches, Nick Saban, Pete Carroll, and now Bill Belichick, all either resign or, mutually decide to part ways, as they've been saying. All three of them in one season leave their posts. It's crazy.
And you look at what's happened with the Jets and the Giants. You had one of the members of the Jets call out the coaching staff saying, this can't happen again. And he specifically talked about the offense. That granted, Rodgers only plays 4 plays, and who knows what happens if he goes the distance. But the dysfunction in there. And then we find out with this whole Wink Martindale thing that the Giants were probably a lot more dysfunctional than we had any idea during the season.
Both teams really are like rudderless ships at this point. Your coach is the one that leads by example. Daboll seems to have a lot of internal issues that they were trying to, kind of put the kibosh on behind the scenes. Saleh, his body language, the players coming out talking about complaining, and it just both teams seem just to be an utter mess going into the offseason.
So you've got Saban, one of the best college coaches ever. He's out looking for a job right now. You've got Belichick, arguably the best professional coach ever, and he's not going to retire. He wants that all-time record, and he's only one really good season away from catching Don Shula. Chris Raggy from Channel 2 News on Twitter on Thursday morning threw this out there, and the more I think about it, the more I like it. Bill comes back to the Giants, and if you want to take it a step further, he reunites with Saban. And they formed this coaching cabal, the two of them together, and they go out with the Giants.
Could you imagine the two of them riding off into the sunset, just where Belichick started, back in the Meadowlands, but this time as the head coach of the Giants with Saban in tow? That would be the dynamic duo of coaching staff. How do you top the two of them together now? I mean, and believe it or not, Cleveland had this duo together at one time, but Cleveland being Cleveland screwed that up. So can you imagine these two riding off into the sunset at their last gig being the Giants? Giant fans everywhere would be losing their minds, even more so than having Tommy DeVito as quarterback.
I was wondering if we were going to get the Tommy Cutlets. Well, this will all unfold over the next few weeks, I'm sure. That's the 2-minute drill here at 105.5 WDHA on the Morning Joe. Thanks, Swendeman.
You got it, Jim. It's going to be an interesting offseason.